Hello there, it is Wednesday. We're going to drink some wine because it is Wine Wednesday. I'm not watching because I'm pouring a glass of the, realize I'm covering it up, Grande Reserve Naoussa Boutari. I tried to say that right. My Greek isn't very good. This is a Greek wine. And yeah, it's been a long day. I've been at home studying, well, doing training for my day job, and it is freezing outside, and it looks like Snowpiercer. And I'm procrastinating of doing uploading. Not that it's difficult, but I have like 4 different videos on my phone that I need to put on YouTube, but I don't want to. Why? Because it requires actual work and dedication, and that is something that I continue to struggle with. But anyways, let's talk about this wine. So I just opened it up, so let's look at it together. It's like an unbottling. I should do that more often. Unbottling. Like unboxing, but with a bottle. It's wine. Unless someone wants to give me a box that contains a very expensive bottle of wine, then we can unbox it and unbottle it. Anyways, so this wine has this wonderful, it's not tawny, I would say getting close to garnet. Like there's a little bit of like a brown to it. Quite dark. No, actually not that dark. From the side it looks dark, but from the top down, what I always do, I've got this glass a little bit, it should be a little bit less, like there. But what I learned is if you look down through the glass and you can see the stem at the bottom, oh, I don't have my light on. That's why I don't look as good as I normally do. It's not even plugged in. I really try to make these... There we go. I really try to make these videos authentic so that you know what I'm going through. Like when I can't talk. It's great. So, yeah, so you look through, and if you can see the stem in the bottom, that typically means it's not a deep color, especially for red wines. Only for red wines. If you have a yellow wine that you can't see through, please give me a call because I am very curious as to what you're drinking. Because that doesn't sound like white wine. So on the nose, it has this lovely, I get dark plums right away. Oh, that is opening up right away here. I get some like dirt, I get some spice, some tobacco, some pepper. Like I just love when you have a bottle. And this one, okay, price point wise, this is, I think, I personally got it, I think, for like 25, 30 bucks. I could be wrong. I thought there was a discount involved, and I don't think there was. Anyways, so with a wine like this, like, I mean, you get it, but it's such a treat because you can play with it, you can smell it, you can see what's happening with it. It's just, and it has this wonderful, yeah, no, it is something. It is something. That like dark plum, dark cherry, and then all the pepper notes, all the, almost a leathery kind of thing. Like a leather smell. Also got some floral notes in there, some violet in there. This is definitely more of a complex wine, I would say. It's not just fruit. mm. Ooh. So, I don't know what I was expecting. So this wine has some strong tannins to it, let me tell you. I think it's also because the last few wines that I've been doing for this channel have been white. It's been a while since I've had some red. Like I filmed the champagne videos, that was 2 days ago. This is very different from champagne. This is very different than that wonderful Lebanese wine. This is full body. This has, it doesn't seem overly high in alcohol. At least you can't. Let me have another taste now that I'm expecting the tannins. Oh yeah, no, there's alcohol. I'm gonna say 14, 13 only. Okay, a little bit hot, but yeah, no, that's a good mixture though. Once again, you're getting those dark fruit flavors. You're getting that pepper note. You're getting the tobacco. You're getting that earthiness. And I love reading the back of the boxes or bottles because sometimes they actually are correct. So this went. So it's from the Zino Mavro. I think I pronounced it right. Hino. It has an X on the front, and anytime you see an X, I'm just lost. It's Zino Mavro, matured for 2 years in oak barrels, and then another 2 years furthermore in the bottle. That being said, it says 2 years in the bottle, but this says 2016. So we have an extra 2 years because that'd only be 4 years, and this was harvested 6 years ago. Because math. Sometimes you need to use math when you're drinking wine, and it's the worst. But and it says deep red color, complex aromas of mature forest fruit, vanilla and smoke, rich flavor and long aftertaste. And let me tell you, for most of that, I don't really get the vanilla too much. Another fun thing to do is if you're at a tasting or something and someone else has a note and then you taste it and then you immediately find that note even if it shouldn't be there. See, there's the vanilla. Found it. That tannin. So one thing that I always, when you're doing checking for acidity, which I didn't even check for, I didn't use my spit method. But I'd imagine because this wine feels pretty balanced, I don't want to do another taste right now. But because everything feels balanced, I'm going to say this is probably has high acidity. Okay, no, let's just see. Oh yeah, high acidity. So, no, what I was doing there, so there's two kind of sensations in your mouth that if you can pinpoint, it makes tasting a lot easier, I find personally. Because the acidity is more in here, so it's kind of like the, you know, if you have like a warhead and it's really sour and you're kind of doing the, and you can feel these retract, but then if something's tannic, it's more like a wow, like an Owen Wilson, wow. And, you know? And these are the kind of, if you're wanting to become a wine taster, anyone can be a wine taster. If you're wanting to, you know, drink wine and appreciate it and do whatever the hell I'm doing with wine, it is important, I think, and I could be totally wrong, but it is important to kind of get your own shorthand and know how different things in the wine are affecting you personally. And that's why it is really important right off the bat. I mean, you can do a lot of wine exploration by yourself, but that's only going to get you so far because you need to know. It's really hard to say, okay, this is super alcoholic. I mean, you can tell that by reading. This is super acidic. This is not very acidic. This is full body. This is medium body. This is, and it's something that I don't have the level of confidence in myself to say that anyone should have that level of confidence. And I know there are some tasters out there, like the MWs, that probably are like, I know exactly what a high alcohol, like a high acidity versus a medium high acidity is. Like they know that pinpoint. But it's also they know how their system works, how their whole, tasting, how their whole mouth feel, all that fun stuff. They just know how that works to such a precise level. Because in a way, it's like muscle memory. It's wild. And that's why I think it's really important that it's not just about wine when you're drinking wine. It's about learning, what does it teach you about yourself? What is it, looking for flavors and being more not introspective, but being patient and taking the things from a wine that you need to, while not. It's like being a good detective. There's a lot of things that I'm tasting, and a lot of the things that I might have said, and there's probably a lot of it that's wrong. But I'm not trying to fit it into one thing. That's why blind tastings are actually a really good thing. And when you're not trying to guess what it is from a blind tasting. That's another really important thing. Once you get to a level where you need to do that, great. But when you're starting out, just do a blind tasting and just enjoy it for the wine that it is. Like, even if you buy like two different bottles of wine, like 2 whites and 2 reds, give them to like if you want to get more expert at wine tasting, or you want to appreciate wine more, put them in 2 bags, put them in the fridge, and forget about which one is which. Or have like a friend come over to like pour you them each blind, something, so that you don't know which is which. And then just taste the flavors. Just see what you're getting. It doesn't matter what variety it is, or what, where it comes from, or which vineyard. All of that sort of stuff you do when you're really good. Before you get to really good, you also need to be really good, but in a different way. You need to just know how to taste before you can actually taste to figure out stuff. So I don't know how my conversation about Greek wine turned into me, talking about how to be a good wine taster. But I think that's part of the fun of what I'm doing here, is just these random bursts of my consciousness. Maybe everyone hates it. Who knows? But I also think that you guys like when I drink really bad wine, so I'm going to try that more. It's just going to be a lot of fun. So hopefully you see this in January, that I haven't completely procrastinated until the time that my whole release schedule's off. But I still have like 4 more weeks left. I'm good. It'll be fine. Anyways, please subscribe, share, like with all your friends. Like it, share with all your friends. Comment below it to see. Sorry, there's a fluff. Tell me what kind of wine you want me to drink next. And yeah, I'll see you on Sunday, I guess. It's just easier to say see you next week. We'll see you next week. Yeah, that is a really good wine.